What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Everything Paranormal Show with your hosts, Josh Morris and Stacy Talich. Stacy, what's going on?
Not a lot. I didn't tell you this, but I bought a Corvette. It's right here.
Nice. It's not quite the
Yeah.
one that I was thinking you got, but yeah, that's still
Yeah.
nice.
Well, this is the voodoo doll for my Corvette that I'm going to buy. So it's sort of a projection. You put it out there in the universe. You have to, get the doll first, and then the universe responds. So
Nice.
that's what that's all about. That's the reason I gave my wife anyway.
Nice. Well, we got already people popping in the chat. Danny Marie, hi. The Get Haunted Network says, hey, Auntie Elizabeth, what's going on, Auntie? And of course, Terry Lynn, the wife, the bestest partner ever, and my team member. And well, not really team member, just like she's part of the team. Welcome to the stream. Hey, everybody, and everybody that's going to pop in, thanks for joining. Guys, we got a lot to cover in tonight's show. And one of the overall topics we're going to get into, so stick around, don't go anywhere. We're going to be talking about things that you must know if you're going to go out ghost hunting, or if you're going to do ghost hunting, or if you're going to watch ghost hunting. These are some things that you really should know. So we're definitely going to get into that subject. And also we're going to be taking a look at Beyond the Veil spirit boards. We have some examples here. Beyond the Veil Designs on Etsy. We've got some boards here we're going to be debuting. I'm going to show you guys some boards. That's why I have my green screen off, so you can see some of my studio. Yes, I still, to this day, I've had this studio up for a couple of years, and you still see the fold marks in the green screen. I never steamed them or ironed them out. I mounted it to the wall, and it's been there. So don't give me shit. Anyway, so other than that, we got a good show. Get Haunted Network, hashtag Get Stacy. I love it.
Danny is in here too. She's part of Get Haunted. They're traveling together. Rob and Danny, they're going to Ohio. That they're in that link that I sent you earlier today.
Nice.
They're in the chat.
Nice. Well, we're going to be looking at some spirit boards for sure, and we'll probably do that here in a little bit. Also, one thing I want to remind you guys, because we didn't really get to do a show last week, but I want to let you guys know that right here above me, Paranormal Underground Magazine, they came out with their episode. They come out with their episode or their magazine the first of every month. If you don't have Paranormal Underground Magazine, you need to go get them. And especially if you go there and you tell them that I sent you and say, hey, man, Josh sent me your way, they're going to give you at least a year for free. I mean, I'm telling you guys, it's fully illustrated magazine. But the reason why I bring it up is because this past month, we recently had a good friend of ours pass away back at the end of January. But this on the 1st, they did his tribute article. And of course, I have some words in there. I was really happy that they included me in there. I got to help contribute to that. So my hat's off to Paranormal Underground Magazine. Very class act. Bob used to write for them quite often, and he did a lot of things with them. But if you have not got the magazine, you can get the magazine for free. Like I said, go there. But Bob's tribute article is in there. And, you really should read it. It's awesome. I don't know, Stacy, have you had a chance to check out Bob's article?
No, I haven't. I'm still waiting on his book. I ordered his book, and it hasn't shown up yet.
Oh, yeah.
Book. How long ago was it? Like 3 months ago?
Yeah.
And, it's My Paranormal Journey, or I can't even remember what the name of it was.
Yeah, it's My Paranormal Journey. And I know it's so close to my title that I almost say my title sometimes, but but because my book's just called My Paranormal, A Guide to the Spirit Realm, so it was like My Paranormal Journey. But yes, folks. But yeah, Bob had passed away, but his book is still out there, and I'm glad you brought it up because, guys, if you, he also did release a book. called My Paranormal Journey. You can get it most bookstores, Amazon, things like that. Look it up. Danny Marie says, love that you make spirit boards. So stoked of that. Dan, if you've not seen these, just wait. Wait until you see these things. I don't know if you've seen them yet, but you wait until you see these things. We're going to get into it in just a second. We got to cover some things first. Also, guys, one of my other good friends, Josh from Southern Afterlife, we did an investigation together last year, and I apologize. It's been a while, but we're finally getting ready to release it for Teps Investigates episode 2. So for those of you that saw some of the free preview that came out for Pleasant Hill, we're getting ready to release the Eaton House with me and Josh. So really awesome. I'm excited. I can't wait. We're putting the final touches on tonight, and hopefully we'll be launching to Paraflix really soon. So you might be saying, Josh, what's Paraflix? What is Paraflix, and why should I get it? Well, let me tell you why you should get Paraflix. And I'm right here.
You will get unlimited streaming access to all of the hottest new shows and future releases only found on Paraflix. Like that one. You want originals? Of course you do. Special series? They got them. Just ghost hunting? Absolutely. Want a good mystery thriller? How about horror? Or maybe a good documentary? Cryptids, short films, talk shows, and more. They even have holiday entertainment. Stream on your TV and favorite devices. Download and watch on the go. Directly support the creators and submit your film or contribute to crowdfunding. It's like $3.99 a month, or you can even get annual subscription. So what are you waiting for?
So if you guys want to get Paraflix, you can click on the link down below, or you can even use the promo code TEPS25 to get 25% off an annual subscription.
Do they pay you for that?
Huh?
Do they pay you for that?
No. I made that. I made that. Pretty cool though, right? I like it. But I mean, we're like family, like me, Paraflix now. I love it. Get Haunted Network, by the way, said I remote viewed thanks to Stacy. So okay, now let's see. I think we got most all of the pleasantries out of the way, I think. But again, and guys, what I was getting at, so Josh from Southern Afterlife, we investigated together, but also check it out right now. In fact, probably 10 minutes ago on his channel, don't go over there yet. Stay on this channel. After this stream is done, go over on YouTube, go to Southern Afterlife, type in Southern Afterlife, go subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And him and Brian, I believe, from Black Mass Paranormal, they went out and they're doing a video. They're releasing it tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern. So again, like I said, like 10 minutes ago, it's called Haunting Mothman in Point Pleasant. So they have a trailer. If you want to go see the trailer, not right now, after this, after the stream. So, but guys, seriously though, when you're done, go over to Southern Afterlife and go check out their stuff. And if you haven't subscribed to the Everything Paranormal Show on YouTube, that's me. Go subscribe and go watch all my content. I see you. What's going on? It's good to see you popping in the chat. So I think now we've pretty much covered all of the fun little necessity. So guys, let's get to some boards. Okay. That's what I wanted to get to right away. So first thing first, again, remember, we're going to be talking some more about paranormal stuff, but we got to talk about these boards. So I turned off my green screen so you guys can hopefully see more of the colors. I'm going to try to maybe move my microphone out of the way a little bit. Okay. So I'm going to show you the planchette first. I don't know. I'm going to try to see if this will work. Maybe I have a light. I don't even know what's going to be best. All right. So this here, it does have like a greenish kind of blue color to it. And if you can see the gorgeous set of crystals, let my camera focus on that. Look at that. So gorgeous. Such an amazing looking planchette. Look at that. How beautiful. Now, you're probably wondering, what does the board look like? Well, this is a dragon themed board. And remember, this is all made by Beyond the Veil Designs. Who makes them? My wife, Terry Lynn. She owns Beyond the Veil Designs. She does a lot of spiritual stuff. All right. So here is the amazing board. Look at this. So you can see there's a little bit of a kind of a see-through element. You can see my hand behind here. You can see a little bit of the pad back here. But the lettering is kind of a goldish kind of lettering, if you can see that. And you can just see the amazing amount of crystals and dragons. You got this amazing looking dragon up here. I'm trying to see if it focuses there for you guys.
Yeah, I see it.
Look at that. How impressive is that? And yes, it sounds like I'm bragging, and that's because I am. I'm very proud. My wife does great work. And it lights up. Look at this. Embedded LED lights with, yes, you can change the battery. Look at this. That's a bluish. Overall, I would describe it like a blue and green kind of board. Very gorgeous. I love this board. I love just about all the boards, but I probably should have ended with this one. I don't know. They're all great, though.
Well, they're all one of a kind. I mean, she's got how many boards that she's done?
I don't know. We have a bunch of them, and they can always be made. Like, we can also kind of make them to order. I say we, but Terry Lynn. But she can make them to order. In other words, like, they're all unique, and she's definitely going to have like her artistic thing. But like, if people contact us and they say, hey, can you do like a purple, like amethyst kind of crystals? If there's like a couple color combinations that you really like, I'm sure she could probably come up with something. But again, if you order it and you buy it, or if you want something custom like that, I mean, you're gonna have to commit. You know, she doesn't want to just make it and then you're like, you know, I mean, come on, you got to have some artist. She puts her heart, and just like she said just now in the comments, she puts her heart into these. She really does a lot of hard work. Now, this is one that identically, another version of this was purchased for a TV show, a future potential TV show. This is the clear ice, what we call clear ice board. It looks like ice. It's really awesome. It's got a set of crystals. Let me see if I can get to focus on the crystals maybe. You can see this gorgeous ice crystals. It's got a little bit of like a smokiness in there. You see the fog. I love how the smokiness. Look at that. Trying to, you know, the details are coming through pretty good tonight.
Terry Lynn says it glows in the dark.
Yeah, some of them will glow in the dark. They have a glow to them. Some of them will, some of them more than others, depending on if she did glow in the dark, like lettering but for sure, a lot of hers light up. Look at that. How cool is that? I love it. Look at how gorgeous that is. Oh my God, look at that. So yes, this was one. We had a pink ice version. That also, like I said, we had a pink ice. This is like a bluish ice. It's got a slight blue to it. Like I said, like that, like an ice. All right. So
Terry Lynn, before I forget, the Rob at Get Haunted Network, I talked to him today, and I found this out today. There's actually a paranormal team that are all deaf, and they do their investigations in sign language, and they're getting recordings, EVPs answered to sign language on the recorders. I mean, I've never heard of this before, and the reason I'm saying this, Rob, is because both I and Tara Lynn know sign language, so it's like, one of these things where it really would like to know how this team does what they do.
yeah,
What are they called? They're Silent Brothers or Silent. I don't remember what the name of the team is.
yeah, that's pretty cool. Responses to sign language during Estes and some EVPs. That's what he said.
I don't even know how that would actually work on,
Well, that's why you got to watch and find out. Silence Paranormal.
Yeah. It's crazy.
That's pretty cool. Okay. So yeah, we'll have to definitely check that out also. All right. Now this one now, so if you're not into like dragons or ice, another one too, this is kind of like a narwhal theme, but yet Terralyn did like a wing type angel wing thing. I don't know, like butter. This is just really cool. I love it. Really pretty. It's I would describe this one as got sort of a purple outside, sort of a bluish with gold lettering. You can see there. Now, I'm not going to show each and every planchette on these. I just wanted to show you what kind of the planchettes look like. Now, some of them, like the ice planchette here, it's got a straight through. There's no jewel on it. It's just a straight through planchette, but it's just got that gorgeous smoke in there. Matches the ice. So anyway, I guess I will show that one. But anyways, and this one here does light up. It may not light up as much, like it probably doesn't show up as much on here, but you can see it in person. So you can see there. Again, just very gorgeous boards. I love her boards. She does such good work. So I really wanted to show you there, and again, there's different variants. So I didn't want to just bring in a bunch of the same variants of like different color. We have like a red type dragon, like red and gold. We've got sort of like a bluish, more of like a sky type dragon. So we have multiple dragon ones. I personally have my personal board's put up right now. I took it with me. If you want to see it, it's actually at the Pleasant Hill investigation that I posted. I took it with me. Show my other dragon boards. Honey, you're not down here, Vanna White. I mean, hello, I need help. So anyways, I brought it. Now, there is other, we haven't quite posted them just yet on Etsy, but there's also going to be a variety of like the round, small, kind of like pendulum boards. We've made some of those. Some of them we're making that react to like UV, like black light, glow in the dark stuff. I know Terralyn's also making other ones. Now, like I did bring another one as an example of like a designer board. So like this one here is, it's not really something you're going to use, but if you wanted something more of like a coffee table thing, we have like this here. You can see the different really cool colors highlighted in like a gold, but you can see if I show you on an angle, it's not smooth. So it's raised detail. Again, this is just more of something you're going to have sitting around on a coffee table, more for decorative. It's not a full size. It's pretty big. You can see like the size of my hand. It's a pretty good size board, but it's not, again, and it could be, or even like a wall hanger, but it's so gorgeous. She did such a good job in coloring doing all the colors and the highlights and detail. Just a cool looking board. So it's just things like that. All right, so there's another one. Thanks to my son coming down and helping me out. Thanks, Vanna. Probably don't even understand that reference. Okay. There we go. So we got another amazing looking. This one's definitely more of a deeper bluish and purple one. Very cool. You can see all the different crystals on this dragon, the horns, and she adds all of that. She adds in a lot of authentic crystals, and these are all cleansed too. These crystals are cleansed, so that way when you get the board, you can add your own energies to them. But she wanted to make sure to include actual crystals that you can use to program this board to perform how you want it to perform. Let's just put it like that. So you can see here again.
You wanted me to show another one. This is the
Well,
red
yeah,
one.
but you got to take it back.
This is the red one.
All right, hold on.
Here, I'll grab this.
All right, hold on.
That's the red one.
All right, well, I haven't even shown the planchette, so hold on a second. You got to help. Take this one back for now. That way I can set this here. The boards take up a lot of space. She has her own huge studio. My studio is like crammed, so it's hard for me to just have them around. And here's that planchette to that one too. You can see even the planchettes, she likes to add a lot of extra detail to. I don't know if that's
There you go.
there you go. So a lot of jewels and crystals. You know, again, just good. I love the work. Okay, and I'll show you the planchette first on this one. Okay, this one is the red one, red and gold I was telling you about. You can see there, and you can see how each one's unique, you know. All right. And then here is the board. I'm going to turn on the lights for you. You know that? I got the red lights. Really cool. You can see the red color, you know, the red through here. It's coming through pretty good. Is it focusing on it? I can't tell.
Did you put the link for these in the description?
Yeah, like on Etsy. They're typically 14. Is it 14 and a half or 14? I can't remember, but they're like full. You can see they're full on 14 by 9.5 size.
Oh, the link just showed up in the chat.
Do what?
The link for it showed up. The Etsy link.
Oh wow! I didn't even know Streamlabs was hijacking my, or putting in those links in there. That's pretty cool. I didn't know those links normally show up when I'm gaming. So there you go. There's a link. But if you missed the link in chat, it's in the description. So I have the link in the description. You know, and even Stacy's like Udemy courses, like all the links that you need for the social media and all that stuff you can find down below. So if you miss it in the chat, don't stress. Okay. Now, if you do want a darker style, I'm going to show you one that I designed. I actually designed this one, but like Terry Lynn doesn't do a lot of the darker boards. But if you are seeking like a darker kind of board, we can do that. This one doesn't light up, and it's only 1/4 inch thick. It's not like the 1/2 inch, but you can see this is what I call the murder board. This has got a real it's got a real kitchen knife, a butcher knife in here. And of course it's got the kind of like the blood and stuff and some of the smoke. So it looks like a knife laying on the ground with blood. I'm the darker one. So if you want all the cool like fantasy style, like dragons and just cool crystals, and Carolyn's got some other cool things she's getting ready to do. We've got another line of boards we're getting ready to also do. Then she's definitely got amazing boards. If you want something dark, you're going to have to probably let us know. And then, like I said, I'm usually the one that makes the dark, but I don't really make a lot of them. This is just one of my dark creations I had to throw in there just because if you guys want that dark option. Oh. But yeah, guys, that's sort of a tour of, and again, like all the stuff you saw, if there's a particular color scheme, if you're like, hey, I really like that ice one, but I want pink ice. Now, ICU asked about the pink ice one, and she was saying something about wanting to see the pink ice, but that's the one we actually shipped off to Hollywood. So they bought that. But that's why I showed the regular ice. But now, like the pink ice ones, again, they're all unique. So if you like, hey, I'd like an ice board, but can I get like green ice, or can I get like like a purplish kind of ice or something? I mean, we can do that like I said, we can kind of look at those colors for you as well, or she can. um, Auntie Elizabeth, Terry, yours are nicer than Josh's. Absolutely, hers are way better than mine. I just did a dark one because I know how some people are. So I'm just a sicko. All
Well, I
right.
said he's going to promote him over on Get Haunted Network, so you're going to get some more promotion over there.
Nice. Thank you. Definitely appreciate it. And like I said, all of these are available for purchase through our Etsy shop. We're going to get more posted. Right now, I think we sold a couple just recently. We just started putting them out, guys. And when we took them to CreepyCon to debut them in person at the end of last year, I think we took like 14 boards, and I think we sold 12 of them. And the only reason why we didn't sell the other two is because at the last minute, people kept like, I want to get it. And they never came back. And then we had a couple other people, and they just ran out of time and never ended up getting back to buy the boards. But yeah, guys, I mean, Terry Lynn really puts her heart into them. So definitely click like on this video, on this stream, if you want to send your thanks to her. By clicking like on this helps it out in the algorithm. Share it to people if you want them to see these boards, and share them that link. Be like, hey guys, go check out these boards, especially if you know somebody, because almost all of us know people that like this kind of stuff, right? They like Ouija boards, they like these things, and so if you want, instead of just the plain old boring stuff, the plain boring Ouija board, and you want something really cool and something that is impressive and people can walk in and be like, holy crap. And I will say this, one of the customers that bought the one of the dragon boards recently left just an outstanding review, and basically was just like, they look so much better in person too. Like, I know you guys see them, but when you see these things in person, they're even better. So you can also, you could use Terry Lynn's TikTok, which is down in the comments. Like I said, any ways that you guys need to get a hold of us, everything should be in the description below. So Beyond the Veil TikTok, you should be able to find that there. The Etsy link, all of that stuff is located down below. And she updates her boards. Yeah, we're trying to. We're going to try to get some more videos posted, and we will start to post some of the small round boards, some of the smaller type boards. We're going to try to do more of that as well. And even though they're not visually as impressive, they're still cool. There's still some really cool boards to kind of accent all your other stuff with. I think that's everything on that stuff. I'm just trying to make sure I don't forget anything, guys. Okay. Terry Lynn, is there anything else that I think we really thoroughly covered everything about your boards. Yeah, the pendulum boards, I talked about them. I didn't bring a whole lot in because right now a lot of the pendulum boards are kind of buried on the rack we have, and then we have kind of stuff in the way right now. So again, like I said, just pay attention. If you like what you saw, go to Etsy. We're gonna get, or at least even go to the TikTok, and we will display some more of those boards for you as well. Is there anything else, honey, that you can think of that you want to say or you want me to cover for you before we move on to the next subject? I love her boards. I really do. I had her make me a custom board. Yeah, it's over there. I can't get to it right now. But it's like over my computer on the other side. I can't get to it. But my dragon board is gorgeous. I love it. And we sold the one we sold. The dragon board that we sold was like a purple. I called it the Maleficent board because it was like had the green border like magic, like smoky kind of green, but it had the dark clouds, the purples, the dragons. Like I said, I called it the Maleficent board. It was gorgeous. Another one of my favorites too. Just want to say thank you for all the compliments. She said, grab your board. Christian can help you. Okay, well, maybe when my son comes down here. All right. There's my board. All right. So here's my board that, and like I said, if you really want to see this in action too, well, maybe not in action, but hold on, let me move this out of the way. So yeah, here's mine. It's like a nice deep blue with like a green. See, I love the blue that I had her do. It's kind of harder to see on video, but you can see the dragon has a really nice deep blue, some gorgeous crystalline, and of course you can see that amazing looking border with the what I call like the green magic smoke, almost like a very ectoplasm kind of color. Love it. Like I said, that deep blue. Again, love it, love it, love it. And then, here, can you set that back over there, please? My son being a major help. And of course, my planchette. That's not my planchette. Here's my planchette. My planchette here has got some amazing crystals that I wanted. Right here. I love that. Nice blues. You can see on the planchette itself, you can see the kind of the smoky green edges with the blue. Again, just I love it. I love it. There you go. Thank you, son.
No problem.
All right. So there we had, and if you want to see my son, he is in Pleasant Hill Investigation. So we had that as well. All right,
Which is on Paraflex.
But now look, if you don't have Paraflex, you can go to our YouTube channel, the Everything Paranormal Show, and you can watch the first like 5 minutes for free on YouTube. And we're getting ready to drop episode 2 coming up too as well. You'll be able to see a small free preview on that one as well. He confiscated that board for sure as I was making it. Well, yeah, like I didn't confiscate that board. You're wrong, Terry Lynn. No, because remember, you made something else, another like mini board with like that gorgeous blue, and I was like, I want that blue. I put in an order. Don't let her fool you. I said, I want that blue. I want the green borders like you did for the Maleficent board. And I started like picking the things that I loved. I was like, I love that blue. I love that green. And I'm like, that's what I want. I said, beyond that, all the crystals and stuff and all the little things that you put in with your heart, you do what you want to do. And so she did. And she made my favorite. It's just, I love it. So anyways, all right. Where are we at with time? 9:35. Okay. So guys, let's get into some subjects about things that you must know when you go ghost hunting, or even sometimes when you watch ghost hunting. And I think Stacy can probably help out with some of these things as well, especially when we get to even things of taking care of yourself spiritually. That's definitely going to be one of Stacy's moments here. But the first thing I definitely want to cover is when you go ghost hunting, it's good to know like what kind of ghost hunting are you going to do. Believe it or not, it's when you go do a ghost investigation, it doesn't have to be held to that one standard. Okay. I know a lot of people like, well, hey, you're supposed to do this and you're supposed to do that. Not necessarily. You don't have to. See, there's a couple different levels of investigation. One is what I call just like a ghost hunt. You know, it's very basic, very limited materials, maybe a cell phone, maybe a flashlight, you know, if you want to record with your phone, just very minimal tools. You can go out and just do a ghost hunt. It doesn't have to be fancy. You don't have to have a ton of equipment. It's just a basic ghost hunt. Beyond that, the next level typically is, you know, like your small standard ghost investigation, or what I also call kind of like what you see a lot of these And what I do nowadays, I do a more of a, it's kind of a light investigation, if you will. Okay. That means I'm not full on doing multiple experiments to validate each other, to confirm each other, to do like cross validation or cross confirmation, right? So the next level above that, this is the one that a lot of people sometimes think you're always supposed to do, which is like an investigation to where, you're trying to prove things and you're using multiple pieces of equipment to confirm each other. Like when we were talking about Estes earlier, usually with the Estes method, you're sort of trying to eliminate certain senses, and it's really designed to try to validate, like questioning, depending on how you're using that method. If you're using like, sometimes it can be used in combination with dowsing rods if they're not looking. Sometimes it's people just asking questions while the person is, in the microphones, just calling out things through an ITC device. It really just depends on the method. But the point is that you're getting that confirmation between the two different things, that cross confirmation. So Terry Lynn's always right, obviously. But in any case, this is this type of investigation where this is like your true kind of almost as scientific as you can get. This is where you get your real technical teams. But again, not all investigations have to be like that, guys. So don't think that just because you see somebody on YouTube and they only have like a few different pieces of equipment, it doesn't mean that they're doing something wrong. I mean, you can do something that's entertaining, but yet try to capture some things, and there you go. So anyway, so know what type of investigation that you want to go for. Okay, that's kind of that first step. Now, another step that's really important is, and I'm going to let Stacy talk a little bit about this because he hasn't got a chance to talk between the spirit boards and everything else, but this is definitely Stacy's wheelhouse, and that is, Stacy, I'd like you to talk about the importance of preparation spiritually, like even before investigations and even after investigations.
My turn?
Yes.
Okay. Well, when you go into an investigation, you want to be in of yourself in a good place. If you're anything from being hungry to being depressed, being upset, you don't want to have any of that going into an investigation. Good thing to do before and after is actually to cleanse yourself. Now, one of the things that I am really big on is using flower water, because it's a on the go kind of cleansing. You can do this, right before you walk in the door of an investigation or anything. You cleanse yourself by, putting it in your hand, brushing it, slap it, and then cleanse your whole aura, concentrating on the chakra points, because these are the areas in which gunk, for lack of a better word, can actually get in there and disorientate your whole being and your whole perception. After cleansing, you'll actually feel a chill go over your body, because it's like pulling a band-aid off and that you've worn for a long time. You get that tingly feeling on your skin because it's now touching air. Well, you get that whole feeling on your body when you cleanse your aura of all of the gunk that you've accumulated. I do it whenever I go into Walmart, because Walmart has more negative energy attached in that place than most cemeteries. It seriously, Walmart is more haunted than any cemetery I've ever been into. So cleansing yourself of all that negative stuff will keep you not only clear in the investigation, but will keep you sane in the long run too, especially if you're an empath. If you have any kind of empathic ability, which most people who are empaths typically end up going nuts over a period of time because they just don't know how to turn that off. And this cleanse that you do can actually help you get rid of that extra stuff. And again, before and after you go to an investigation, because when you're at the investigation, spirits, when they attach themselves to you, it's really it's an actual attachment. They will go in through the back of your head into the chakra point, because you have your third eye is in the front and in the back. Same way with your chakra point in the chest, your heart chakra. It's in the front and it's in the back. It goes through you in a perpendicular fashion. They will use that like a port, like a USB port, right into you, and walk out wherever you're going and follow you all the way home. You cleanse yourself, you break that connection, you break that cord that they have, and they no longer have the ability to follow you wherever you're going, because you've physically broken the connection. If by whatever reason you have attachments that do follow you all the way home, you can take a spiritual bath, and that's a deep cleanse. And in my courses, I have several spiritual baths that you can take, that in the hoodoo and conjure courses, that will get rid of all kinds of extra things that get thrown at you, whether it be an evil eye or somebody cursed you, or you're at an investigation and you've got something that's really wicked that follows you home. You can break those connections, break those attachments, and get all that mess off you with a good spiritual bath. And it's, for the most part, aromatherapy, so you're all relaxed and everything afterwards anyway.
Right.
It's really helpful no matter how you look at it, whether you believe in the spiritual side or not. The aromatherapy is actually quite good. So,
And like Danny Marie and Terry Lynn both are like talking about Walmart and going there and not having good experiences and stuff. And there's spiritually, you can protect yourself going into these places too ahead of time, and even things like crystals and stuff like that. And there's things you can do to protect yourself going in there. And I think, like, in combination with even like Stacy, like, because even when you protect yourself, I always compare it to, like, it's kind of like wearing a raincoat. You put on a raincoat and kind of protect yourself from the weather, but you're still the raincoat's gonna, there's still gonna be weather on there, and you still have to shed the coat and all that stuff. So even if you protect yourself, you still want to cleanse yourself, from time to time as well.
yeah.
But so Stacy, so also one of the things I want you to also expound upon it, and I want to talk about too, another very important thing that you must know. Sarah Jane Villani, welcome to the stream. I just want to say that too.
Sarah is the host, along with Rob, of the Paranormally Blonde show that I'm going to be on next Monday at 7 Eastern. So go out
Nice.
there and subscribe to that. Put on the notification so you can see me again.
Absolutely.
But
yeah, make sure you guys go check it out for sure. But getting back on subject with that, as far as another thing you must know when you're going to do ghost hunting. So, like Stacey was talking about, mentally, you want to be in a good mood or a good state of mind, not mood, but good moods help, but a good state of mind. Okay. Be in a good state of mind, do the things like mentally prepare, spiritually prepare, but also learn how to open up communication sessions. Learn how to communicate to the spirits. Okay. But even just as important, if not more important, learn how to close the sessions down.
Yeah.
Okay. Very important. So if you guys, in fact, if you even watch that Pleasant Hill investigation on Paraflix, if you guys watch at the end, you see where at the end, we close everything down. We didn't cleanse the place because the owners like having spirits. They don't want it cleansed. Not every place wants to have their spirits cleansed, especially if you go to any of these big attraction type places, Waverly Hills and Penhurst, the Conjuring House. They don't want the places to be cleansed. That's their whole thing, So, but that doesn't mean you still can't shut the things down that you opened, the communication doors, the things that you opened while being there. You still want to shut that down to sort of get rid of your footprint spiritually there, and also to make sure that you don't agitate it even worse or make it worse for the next person. So very important to open and close sessions. Stacey, do you want to add on that?
Yeah, as far as the session work is concerned, a lot of paranormal investigators, especially the YouTube ones, what they want to do is get some kind of evidence of some kind, something sensational. So what they go out of their way to do is irritate and piss off spirits so that they get some kind of reaction. Things like get out or fuck you or whatever it is they want to get as an EVP. They instigate spirits in order to get that kind of reaction. I would discourage that behavior as loud as I possibly can, because spirits may not normally do things to hurt you, but they can. If they want to, they can. And there's no reason to piss off somebody who's really angry and invisible, because what are you going to do at that point? You're going to freak out, go home, cry in the corner in the fetal position, rocking back and forth that you did something you shouldn't have been doing. Don't do it. They are people. They're just dead.
Now,
and
with that being said, do you think there's any place for provoking?
No. Provoking. Even
I've seen it done a couple different ways, so that I'm bringing that up I'm asking.
Okay, provoking I'm talking that encouraging spirits to answer your questions. That's not what I'm talking about with provoking. I'm talking about, move this or I'm going to banish you.
Right.
I didn't believe that you really suffered. Basically saying all kinds of things that are just going to upset whatever spirit you got going on. They do it just for the clicks.
Right.
And one of the reasons I came on this show at the very beginning in the first place was because there were so many other shows that were doing that kind of thing. Paranormal investigators were dropping like flies under mysterious, circumstances, with murder suicides, husband and wife. You got one guy who hung himself in the shower the night before his wedding. It's different things that were very popular. Paranormal investigators were dying because that was their tactic. The reason I really do not like Zack Attack is because he has popularized that behavior.
Right.
And people who don't know anything about anything will go into a situation and they think they have to, monkey see, monkey do. And it's like, no, don't do that. You have no idea the kind of hell that you can open up that way. So, because the dead gossip. It may not be the spirits that you're actually talking to, but they talk to other spirits who do. So
now I bring this up because I know it's definitely a topic. In fact, like I said, even Dan Marie says I have issues with the provoking. I honestly hate when people do that crap. Okay, so in any case, all right. So with provoking, I don't know. I don't personally really do it, but I'm not sure. So let's just talk about this. So the one of the ways that I see it done by a channel that I halfway respect is the Foreman brothers. Okay. And the Foreman brothers, they tend to use, like, most of their videos most of the time are helping people. people that need help, they're usually in that situation where, they're being attacked, and it's usually not a good experience. They're usually need help, and they're coming in to do like what I call residential investigation.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that being said, I've noticed in their videos, they will, like in their investigations, they'll use provoking when dealing with a spirit that seems to be sort of hiding. And it's a spirit that is sort of known to be like a bully type of spirit. And it's like they're provoking to try to get this thing to come out of the woodworks. So again, I don't know if that's necessarily acceptable.
Yeah, it is in that regard. When you've got something that's like a cockroach and it's buried in like a tick, or let me use another analogy again. You can pull those spirits out into the open, by come forth in the name of peace and light. That's not the same thing as what doing it for clicks. I dare you to do scratch her. I dare you to do this. That totally different thing than getting them to come out. That's almost a partial exorcism of what you're talking about. Getting them to leave the area that they're in and come into an area to choose them to be. That's a form of control and exorcism.
It's so weird how people view experienced investigators versus non-experienced because of the amount of subscribers you have. Again, Terry Lynn and I have been doing this for many years, well over 25 years, and people see us as a smaller channel, so they don't listen to us over other people. But what's weird is like Terry Lynn and I, in all the investigations that we go to, and even the ones I go to without her or whatever, we don't really use provocation for almost any situation. Even it seems like every time we've gone to investigations, we don't typically end up having problems getting spirit activity or getting that type of thing. We don't generally have to do that. So I still kind of wonder, is it still a little bit show because now YouTube's involved?
Well, it really, you're talking the difference between helping somebody in their home, pulling the stuff out, or going to a haunted location that is known to be haunted just to do it for that purpose. It is a circumstance kind of thing, but the way treating the dead with disrespect is really what I'm coming down to. If people go to an investigation, or if their MO is just to go to an investigation to piss off spirits, which is what Zack Attack does. He goes to a location and everyone's a demon. It's not, you can't have a spirit. It's got to be a demon. It can't be a real person who's died. It's got to be a demon, usually a little girl demon.
Well, and that does stem from and I can't knock anybody for that thought process of that everything's an evil spirit. I can't knock that, only because now I don't believe that, because I have been around long enough, and I personally think that Zach, he's obviously got one of the most, I guess you'd say, successful TV shows for ghost hunting. It's been on damn near almost 30 seasons now. What are we up to almost? It's crazy the amount of seasons this guy has. But at the same time, you would think that over this course of time, just like with other investigators, if you go to these investigations long enough, you tend to notice a difference, even just through intuition, between human spirits and maybe something that's more malevolent or something. So with that being said, there has been some people I come across and very heavily in some of the Christian beliefs that, a lot of people, like I've talked to so many people that are like, oh, that's all evil spirits. There is no human ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I'm just like, I don't know about that one.
Yeah.
And like I said, you would think that somebody like Zach or somebody would after being around as long as he has, would also sort of be under that same type thing of like, no, like they're not all like, demons, in that sense, or
Yeah.
evil spirits. So, um,
I've been doing my thing for 30 years and I've never come across a demon. Not saying that it can't be there, but of all the things that I've seen and done, not once has it been, a non-human malevolent spirit. It just, I haven't come across it. And
it seems to me, and I want to really hit on your point there, right there, what you're talking about. It just seems to me that if you watch some of these investigators on TV or whatever, it just seems like if they want it to, like, it's what they want, right? If it's almost like ignorance, like some of these investigators, they're either feigning ignorance or they're just ignorant, and they're like, oh man, this person's scratched, so it's negative, it's a demon. Oh, this person got attacked. Well, again, people don't realize that not everybody that gets scratched, not everybody that gets attacked, you don't have to get scared and call it a demon and all of a sudden, because if that's how you feel, every piece of evidence you get is going to support what you say it is. Does that make sense? Right? Everything that you say, it's like, that's a demon. Oh, did you hear that? Sound like a growl. My point is, ultimately, is like, spirits, they communicate differently, and sometimes they don't. They may scratch you, but they may not always mean to scratch. They're trying to get your attention. They may not know how to do these things. You got to remember, I don't think people have enough emphasis. I don't think they think about this stuff as much. When we die, no matter what your beliefs are, we know that pretty much when you die, your physical form is not going to be there, right? We're some type of energy, right? So you don't have a mouth, you don't have legs, you don't have these things that you normally had. So trying to translate your new energy form into something that comes across into the earth realm physical world, it's going to come across a little differently at times. That's why people are like, well, how come these EVPs don't how come, like, they say weird things, like they don't always say like an exact sentence that, like, how did you die? Well, I was hit by a bus. Instead you might get like, leave me alone. I don't know. You might get some weird, like you just get some kind of weird couple words. Well, again, these spirits are probably trying to do what they can with energy into this, and it's going to come across different. Whether maybe they're trying to get your attention, they're trying to touch you, maybe it scratches you. They're trying to talk to you. It's coming across weird words. I mean, people don't always think of that. They don't always think of that side of the spirit realms. Okay, so let's see. Sorry about that. But yeah, guys, I know, like, sometimes when you guys comment, I try to get to everybody's comments, but I know some of you guys are just talking in here. So, well, Josh, of course, Zach is very successful. Faking daily is his MO. Sarah may be a demon. Nice. But yeah, Sarah also did say you and Stacy both will be blonde before I'm done here.
I am blonde. I'm just gray right now. I'm an old man. Everything is I'm blonde hair, blue eyed German, but you can't tell because I look more like Gandalf now. But I started off blonde.
I'm blonde.
Yeah.
I'm not like bleach blonde, but I'm blonde, blue eyes.
I used to be
German.
platinum.
Huh?
I used to be platinum.
Platinum.
Blonde. Naturally. I didn't, do anything with that. As I got older, it just all started to turn dark and gray and dirty dishwater.
So yeah, instead of like, so Stacy, you're saying that instead of like becoming paranormal blonde, you'd be paranormal gray.
Yeah. Dirty dishwater.
See, there you go. We have to start another channel called Paranormal Gray. And that way I'd go with the Paranormal Blonde channel. Oh, I'm the only non-blonde now.
Mhm.
I see you. Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. You guys are really sweet, though. Seriously, I see you. Like, props to her. She's been around since the beginning. I swear to God. I bring this up before because she's one of probably the longest regular viewer I think I've ever had on this. Ever since the very beginning. Like, I'm telling you, I went back to like some of the very first videos, and I was like, oh my God. I was like, ICU was like there all the way back then. I was like, oh my God. But yes, Terry Lynn and ICU, they're like, they just remind everybody to like and subscribe. Folks, we do what we can. We've been doing this for a long time, but we really been trying to grow our social media. I said, Terry Lynn and I have been doing this for many years, and we used to do the preliminary investigations for some of the ghost hunter stuff, the show Ghost Hunters. We used to do some of that down in Florida. I said, we've been doing this a while now, but we really started to sort of share and get back into doing these type of like shows and field investigations and sharing our knowledge in this last like 4 or 5 years on social media. So guys, we really do appreciate you guys showing up and interacting and talking with us. We got a few more minutes as we get to the back part of the show. Guys, if you have any questions that you want to ask, feel free to get them in the comments, or if there's something that you just want to ask because you want us to talk about a certain subject. I do always like to interact with the chat. I always say that this is a show that you guys can participate in. Stacy, of course, is a co-host here, so we have access, or you have the ability to access a regular old ghost hunter like me, or a crazy, shaman type individual like Stacy over here. So either way, you've got a huge in-depth knowledge here. Auntie Elizabeth, I'm brown hair, German, Irish, Scottish, French, English, Wales. Yeah, I mean, and I'm like that too. I'm not just German. It's like I have a whole big old thing of like Irish and all kinds of stuff in my family. So not Terry Lynn though. She's a Filipino Viking. That's like a cool combination. She's a Filipino Viking. That's like awesome.
We need to get the Paranormal Council back together somehow. There's Dee Dee does dreams. Am I correct, Sarah?
Stacy, Sarah says, Stacy, would you ever try something totally outside of your practices during an investigation?
Like what?
Yeah, that might have to be a little more specific. Like when you say, would you ever try something totally outside of your practices? I mean, it depends on what type of thing. What would you consider outside of your practice? I know, like for some investigators, like I've met some of them that are, again, kind of, they might say things like, "Oh, I'll never mess with a Ouija board" or something like that. And then I don't know if that would be what you would consider outside of a practice.
No, anything like that. I was thinking, like run through the place naked, something like that. Well, I mean, there's some practices. If you've ever been around the pagan community,
you tell the client, like, listen, part of our thing is we have to run through your house naked. It's just something we do.
You have no idea the things that I've seen. It's in the pagan community, they actually have a thing called drawing down the moon, where they do things in the middle of the desert or in the middle of the woods under the full moon, completely buck-ass naked. It's called skyclad. And they do that to bring spirits into the area. I personally, I would not do that sort of thing because, it's usually cold outside and it's not very flattering in that regard. But
did you say microdosing? Is that what Sarah said?
Microdosing? I did that back in college, and it wasn't really so micro. I followed the dead for a little bit. And I'm not talking like the dead people. I'm talking the Grateful Dead.
The Grateful Dead. Oh, Cherry Garcia. Oh, that's a Ben and Jerry flavor.
Yeah, no, Jerry Garcia.
I know. Oh,
And speaking of that, I actually went to a Grateful Dead concert with a group of deaf people, which is a whole weird experience. If you've never been on acid with deaf people before, it's a totally different, because your fingers start to stream as you're talking and you're doing sign language, and after a while you're just looking at your own hands going like this, because it's just like sparkly things going on and you can't really talk, and everybody's deaf, so you can't actually say anything to them, but you can't sign either. So
and then you're like saying some weird shit to them, like, "Hey, man, I can like see you not hearing."
yeah,
Like, no, I can see you not hearing. It's
everybody
crazy.
thinks they're talking, but they're not really talking. The signs don't make any sense. It's crazy.
Yeah, well, damn, love that so much. Stacy equal party. That's a yes. Stacy, you equal party.
Yeah, not in a long time. That was 30 years ago. But
Yeah. No, that's awesome. Now I'm glad you guys like his courses though, seriously. And for those of you that are watching this either on replay or just came in a little later, don't forget Stacy does have courses on Udemy for remote viewing and all kinds of fun stuff. You need to go check it out. All the links for everything that you need to know tonight, you can usually find. And if you're like, hey, Josh, I didn't see a link for this thing, then let me know. Hit me up, like email me or message me or whatever it takes, and I can usually let you know if I have it, or because I don't even know if I have my Twitch listed. But we have a Twitch channel. I do in between as for filler videos with you guys. I go and play scary video games while Auntie Elizabeth and Terry Lynn, which I call the Teps Scare Crew, they like to jump scare me and scare the shit out of me while I'm playing video games. So we do lots of fun things like that. But again, guys, we got investigations coming out with me and Josh, some other stuff coming out where if you like seeing me and Terry Lynn out there doing investigations, we're going to be doing some more coming up this spring. It's a busy year, but I told you guys we're going to try to bring you more content this year, especially like field investigations, and we're already delivering that. I got 3 lined up for you already to release, and we're getting ready to do more investigations here real soon. What else? Yeah, we're gonna have some new merch stuff coming out too. So if you guys like the new Teps Investigate logos, and along with our Phantom logo, you'll be able to find that on the merchandising links. That's pretty cool. We got some new shirts coming that I can't wait. Me and Terry Lynn and our son, we all got some new Teps Investigate shirts that we're going to be wearing for the videos coming up. Because we can't really wear our champion shirts, unfortunately, and like our Adidas shirts and things like that. Can't really wear like a lot of logoed stuff when we're doing things with Paraflakes. So, unfortunately. But yeah, we got a lot coming up, I think. I mean, and one of these days we're gonna have to do something with Stacy, like in real life, like IRL shit. One of these days. Get haunted merch.
I'm the dead are telling me I'm making a trip to the north soon. I don't know what that means or what it's for, but I get the feeling I'm heading that way for something. So
yeah. Obviously, you got relatives, you got family up here where we are.
Yeah, it may be it. They're giving me a heads up so I don't bitch about it when it happens. So
yeah, well, you should be bitching about coming to see us. Be like, you should be excited. You'd be like, hey, I'm gonna go see Josh and Terry Lynn.
Yeah.
I'm changing the locks on my doors. All right, guys. Get any last questions you have? Oh wait, I did see one. Sorry, I did miss one. If I miss stuff, guys, remind me. Get Haunted Network. So
They make merch too. That was what Rob was just saying. So if you needed some merch made,
well, Rob also said EVPs. Why do they come in at a faster speed sometimes? Well, I can just say that over the years, like, first of all, let me just say my personal belief and experience over the years is EVPs are some of the truest forms of evidence. Out of everything, every investigation I go to, I rarely get decent evidence except for some EVPs. In my opinion, that's that's where it's at. Really, even though it's not exciting, it's not glamorous, but that's the reality, right? So, anyways, with EVPs, this is what I was talking about. It's like, I think that the spirit realms, they're trying to communicate with us, and I don't think that necessarily all the things that sometimes I think that they're trying to form those words with using energy and things like that. And sometimes it works. Sometimes you ask for a name. Sometimes you'll get a name. But sometimes you ask for certain things and you get some odd sayings. You might say something like, "How many spirits are there?" And then you might get a response that might say, "Close the door," or something. I don't, what I mean? Like, close the door. You're like, what? What the hell was that? I still cherish those moments because it was amazing. It may not make sense. So I don't think necessarily the speed at which, again, it could be frequency, it could be things, because I've noticed too, I've had like a very whispery, white noise style, in a very cadence fashion. Like when we had one from St. Augustine Lighthouse years ago that said, "Help me get out." It was like, "Help me get out." And it was just like that. "Help me get out." It was like in that weird kind of cadence, but you could hear it, and it was formed in the rain. And it was actually taken inside the cab of Terry Lynn's truck when I was inside talking to the management. It was crazy. But anyways, so I'm not sure that speed truly matters on EVPs other than they're just trying to communicate. And sometimes it might come out. And I've heard some that were like drawn out, some really creepy ones like, "Help me," like really drawn out. It's like, fuck, like that's creepy. So
I got a question here real quick. Is Streamlabs actually listening to this broadcast, or is this a bot that Streamlabs has got going on? Do you know?
Oh, well, that's part of my automatic notifications. So like, because I normally when I'm streaming, like normally I use Streamlabs for my gaming stuff, and I have like a whole overlay, and I got Twitch, and we got all kinds of sound alerts, a lot of cool shit. And so, but there's automatic messages that will, there is automatic things that Streamlabs will do. So they're also a moderator as well now.
Okay.
So, right. So like,
it was
if
kind of
you start,
creepy that Streamlabs just punched Rob in the PP for using capital letters. That's why I asked, because it was not something I'd seen before.
right, and that's what I'm saying. It's so yeah, and this is like the first time I've seen it moderating this, but because this is going through YouTube, that's why, because it's interacting with my YouTube, even though we're not using Streamlabs. But it is a moderator on my YouTube now. So anyways, but yeah. So they call you the EVP King, and that's awesome. So Rob, and I liked it. EVP cannot be caps.
The Delco classes. Or Delco glasses. I've seen that before. Those they have the glasses with the blinky lights and things on them. Is that what those are?
Jalen says Streamlabs being hateful tonight. Well, apparently, when you can't spam caps, I don't know what it is.
Oh yeah, the red blinky seizure glasses. I've seen those. They strobe on the inside of your eyelids.
And what is the purpose of giving yourself a seizure?
Well, it's supposed to harmonize your brain frequency to a certain your brain waves to a certain frequency that supposedly the spirits can actually communicate with you on, which you can do that on your own, which is what I teach. But yeah, I get that. They did those experiments. The military did those experiments on the early remote viewers to try and figure out which method would work best. They'd use tones to try and get your brain to synchronize with the tones, which is what you've got with these. I can't remember what it's called now, but it's basically a tone generator to get your mind in sync with a particular delta wavelength that brings your unconscious mind to the forefront. They just give me a headache, because the remote viewing process from beginning to end that actually does that for you. It drills you down layer by layer. And by the end of the session, when you're in that zone and you're drawing the picture and things, you're in that state of mind. They've measured it. That's one of the things that was really cool about having the military fund all of the research for it, was that they threw millions and millions of dollars into finding out what was the best optimal thing you could do in order to get in that zone. And your tax dollars paid for it. So,
and one last thing, he said he has a God helmet. Any thoughts on that device?
You have a God helmet? I don't remember what that is. The God helmet. I know what the God voice is. That's the ultrasonic speakers that the military likes to use, usually in riot control.
Sarah said, "What do you keep in the fridge?"
That's just food. The fridge
He's
behind
got jars of like monkey paws and shrunken heads and shit.
I got my
He's
kitchen
all that voodoo
over
shit.
here, so the fridge is not in the kitchen right now.
It's just a fridge full of voodoo shit. And don't let it lie.
No, it's just a regular fridge. It's got milk and junk. It's,
fucking bats and shit.
No, that stuff is in the back of the house.
Oh,
Freeze-dried bats and all kinds of other stuff.
Yeah, Mars. Bats. Oh, bats, yeah. Devil dogs. Okay, so real quick, we got to wrap up because I got to get. Unfortunately, tonight I've got to go cover for somebody. My second job. Normally I have tonight off, but we usually like stream until about this time. So, guys, first of all, a couple things real quick. I hope you guys like, share, and subscribe. Seriously, guys, it's free, and we need all the support we can. Thank you all for showing up though and participating. It's been a blast. We do this usually about every Thursday. Sometimes we don't always do it every Thursday, but we try to. Usually around 9 p.m. Eastern. Again, gaming, investigations, all kinds of stuff. So I hope you enjoy the channel. Also, I think most of you all have seen the spirit boards that my wife made. Remember, Beyond the Veil Designs. If you showed up and you didn't get a chance to see the custom boards that my wife makes, then when this stream's done, go to the links below and check out either the TikTok, check out the Etsy shop, or go back and watch the stream again. You can go back and fast forward to the part where you see me doing the boards. We have it close toward the beginning. Terry Lynn said it was nice meeting everyone. Thank you for the kind words about our boards. Rob says, amazing show. Sorry for the distractions. I get excited. Hey, our show is not just about us lecturing and teaching bullshit. We like to just teach bullshit, but we like to also interact with you guys about the bullshit. So we're all about our chat, and we're all about our family. Like, we consider you guys family. So, Danny, thanks for the compliments. Again, guys, you guys have been amazing. I can talk all night with you guys. Trust me, me and Stacy, we're talkers. We can talk all night with you guys, but unfortunately, I do have to go tonight. Guys, Thank you all so much. And remember, we'll see you in the next video. Seek the truth.
Peace.